What if knowledge wasn't stored in books, but alive, breathing, waiting for someone brave enough to open the right page? What if there was a place where every secret the world has ever known wasn't lost, just hidden? Beneath the quiet streets of an ancient city, behind a forgotten wall sealed by time, something stirred. Dust danced in golden beams of light. Books floated as if exhaling centuries of silence. And there, at the center of it all, stood a door with no handle, just an inscription carved in light. To enter is to remember what the world forgot. And somehow it opened. It wasn't just a library. It was the library of hidden secrets. The air shimmered like magic itself. Shelves towered into the clouds, spiraling higher than sight could reach. Some drifted in midair, suspended by invisible threads. Others moved on their own, gliding along rails of light, whispering softly to themselves. Pages fluttered, lanterns glowed with no flame, and books watched. A lone explorer stepped inside, not with fear but with wonder. A Disney-style adventurer, wide-eyed and curious, drawn by something more than just stories, drawn by destiny. As the heavy doors closed behind, time seemed to pause. Everything was still. Then a single book floated forward, ancient, leather-bound, pulsing with golden energy. It opened. And suddenly, symbols danced into the air, letters not seen for 1,000 years, forming maps, keys, melodies. They shimmered and flew, guiding the explorer toward the heart of the library. The floor shifted beneath their feet, not tiles, but floating panels, each one lighting up with every step. A staircase unfolded from thin air, leading upward into clouds of parchment and light. Along the way, scrolls flew past like birds, chirping in forgotten tongues. Shelves whispered secrets from lost civilizations. A glowing quill sketched diagrams in midair, showing blueprints for machines never built. But it wasn't all wonder. Shadows slinked between the aisles, not evil but watching, testing, waiting to see if the explorer was worthy. Suddenly, a massive book unfolded beneath their feet like a magic carpet. It lifted off, soaring down endless corridors filled with swirling runes and glowing constellations. Enchanted staircases shifted without warning. Floating chandeliers pulsed like stars. A giant hourglass rotated overhead, pouring golden sand sideways, backward in time. Magical creatures peeked from shelves, tiny winged foxes, shimmering cats with luminous tails, mechanical owls blinking curiously. Some joined the flight, soaring alongside the book, guiding it through storms of knowledge and light. The explorer laughed, free, fearless, flying through memory itself. But deep within the library, something else stirred. The flight ended at a wall that wasn't real, just an illusion, cleverly hiding the library's most guarded secret. The explorer reached out, and the wall dissolved into glowing dust. Behind it, a chamber of blue crystals and floating relics. Ancient artifacts hovered in silence, each one humming with locked memories. There was a crown, flickering with flame, a shattered hourglass whose sand floated midair, a compass that spun when questions were asked aloud. The explorer reached for a crystal, and visions burst forth. Whole civilizations, battles never recorded, secrets erased from history. The room pulsed with truth the world had chosen to forget. But as the explorer stood frozen, awestruck, the chamber trembled. They weren't alone. A shadow emerged, a ghostly figure wrapped in robes made of pages. Its eyes glowed with unread stories. It raised its hand, and 1,000 swirling scrolls turned into blades of wind. The explorer responded instinctively. Books flew from shelves, forming a magical shield. Lightning spells crackled between the aisles. Pages twisted into dragons, spells roared through the air like thunder. It was a duel not of violence, but of will. A test. Could the explorer protect the knowledge, or would it remain buried forever? With one final blast of light, a memory of pure joy from a forgotten past, the shadow vanished. Silence returned. At the top of the highest shelf, past riddles, and floating libraries within libraries, a final chamber awaited. In its center, A glowing orb, floating, rotating, filled with stars. Inside it, the purest essence of truth. Every idea, every discovery, every dream never shared. The explorer reached forward and touched it. The orb lit the entire library in warm gold. Books sighed in relief, scrolls spun with joy, and in that moment, everything connected. The explorer saw the past, the future, the hidden paths of thought and wonder. They saw how ideas sparked revolutions, how forgotten dreams shaped empires, how one whisper could ripple across time. They weren't just reading history. They were becoming part of it. The library faded gently. The explorer stood at the entrance again, changed. In one hand, a glowing page. In the other, a compass that now pointed inward. Behind them, the door closed, but the knowledge remained. Their eyes shimmered with what they had seen. Their heart carried stories never told. And the world outside would never be the same. And now, the question is yours. If you could enter a library that held every forgotten truth the world has ever known, would you open the book? Or would you walk away, never knowing what secrets were almost yours? Tell us in the comments. Because maybe your story is the next hidden secret waiting to be found.